Welcome back, Pokemon fans. Angel of the Night here. We are back again with the Grand Challenge 2025 Part 2. This is team number 1 and battle number 21. As you guys know, we entered in 2 different teams into this competition. Both Executor teams, one that thrives in the sun, and the other which is more of a Trick Room based team. However, this is the one that thrives in the sun. We are going to come in with our Indeedee and our Executor here, and our opponent has the Annihilate and the Ribombee. Now, I'm not really sure what to expect from Ribombee, just because it's not a very common Pokemon that you would see in any kind of a competition match. So at first I thought to myself, well, we'll swap out the Indeedee, we'll go in with Ninetales, get the Drought, activate the Chlorophyll, get the ×2 speed boost, but we actually managed to stay in. We actually kind of backed out of that idea and kind of went with the whole follow me situation. And we actually ended up going in for the attack with the Expanding Force with the Executor. Now, the Annihilate on the opposing side has gone in for the Terrestrialization to Steel, which actually benefits him because he's going to be able to resist a Psychic-based move. Ribombee is going to go in for the Pollen Puff, and that's actually a super effective move onto the Indeedee. And then with the Drain Punch coming in, that is going to be able to finish off our Indeedee as well. However, the Rocky Helmet damage does go off onto the Annihilate. Not really that impressive, but this guy definitely thought things through with this whole Indeedee Executor combo, so far anyway. We managed to get the Expanding Force off onto the 2 opposing Pokemon. We took the Ribombee right down to its Focus Sash, and we actually also took the Annihilate down to about half the HP. Now, the next Pokemon that I am going to bring in here is the Ninetales. It's probably the one I should have come out with at first, so that way I'd be able to basically outspeed the opposing Pokemon. At this time, I am going to go for the Heat Wave, and of course we are also going to go in for the Expanding Force here once again. These are 2 moves that are going to be able to hit the 2 opposing Pokemon as long as one does not avoid it. Ribombee is going to go back to the opposing trainer's party here. They're going to come out with their own Ninetales, and that is going to activate the Hail. So the Snow Warning is in effect, and of course the Drought is now gone, which means that the speed of my Executor is now back to normal. We managed to get the Heat Wave off here. We actually pick up the KO off onto the Annihilate, and we managed to take the Alolan Ninetales down to the red zone in health, and managed to pick up a burn at the same time, which honestly, I never have that luck. So here we go with the Expanding Force. This is going to be able to hit the Ninetales on the opposing side, and that should be able to pick up the KO there, which is pretty awesome. 2 Pokemon remaining on the opposing side. There is the Ribombee, and then 1 mysterious Pokemon that we have yet to see. We do lose a little bit of life from the Executor there due to our Life Orb, but that's okay. We're still holding on strong. Ribombee coming out here to play once again, and the Dragonite also joins us for a round in this battle. We do have Ninetales here. We can technically go for the Weather Ball, which is pretty awesome when you think about it, because Weather Ball actually changes based on the weather element that's currently in play. Ribombee, of course, being able to pick up the K off onto the Executor there with that Pollen Puff. Very unfortunate. Maybe I should have gone for a Terrestrialization, perhaps. I'm not sure. But we do manage to get the Weather Ball, which is actually an Ice-type move in this situation, and it does hit off onto that Dragonite there, taking it down to almost half HP. However, I'm not really sure what ability this Dragonite is going to have. I'm thinking it's probably Marvel Scale, because if it was Inner Focus, it would have actually picked up that KO, being a 4 times weak Pokemon to Ice. It does have the Dragon Scales, which is actually boosting up the speed of the Dragonite, and the last and final Pokemon that we have on our team is going to be Sneasler. Now, Sneasler is an overly fast Pokemon, so I'm hoping that it's going to be able to get some speed out here and be able to deal some damage off to the 2 opposing Pokemon. We are going to lock in with the Weather Ball here again because it worked so well the first time, and with the Sneasler, we are going to go for the Rock Slide. An incredibly risky move, being only 75% accurate. It does have a huge potential of missing. The Ribombee is able to pick up the KO off onto the Ninetales there, which basically means it's all up to Sneasler here at this point. Here comes the Rock Slide, and we are able to pick up the KO. So that is an incredibly close battle. GG to my opponent, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed the match there today. If you did, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up, post your comments down below, and I will catch you next time. Peace out.